have to work on their defense, and if they can put all those things in order, they'll definitely make it further in the tournament.
Now, Michael Murphy was saying on Monday that Gant will be more motivated, obviously, because of what happened last season, that he was banged up and injured, wasn't 100% himself. So you think that can push them over the top?
Yeah, I definitely do. I feel like anytime you go into something with, wanting to come back, you're going to do a lot better. So I think him with that headspace is going to do a lot better, and I think he will be that leader for the team that they need.
I would look. So usually, someone out of nowhere has to pop up for someone for a team to do this. Like 4 games, they have to win. I would look for Marcus Stroman to be that guy. Obviously, the starting point guard, is not coming out of nowhere. But let's see if he can get 15 to 18 points. Really control the tempo. Remember, this team has sort of changed as the season went on with Marchetti not in there. They really want to play low-scoring ball games, more in the 60s and the 70s. It gets away from them when the opposition scores in the 80s. So we'll see if Marcus Stroman can dictate and put the ball in the hoop. A big key for Marcus is free throws. He's got to hit his free throws.
What about Cedric Russell being another player that stepped up? He had a couple good games at the end of the season.
Well, that's not out of nowhere now. I mean, he's the guy, right? I mean, he had 34 in that comeback that they should never have been in against Little Rock, where Jarekus Davis fouled out and Gant fouled out, and they're playing with 4 guards, and it was a crazy comeback last week. So no, that's not out of nowhere. That's almost expected now that PJ and Cedric are going to hit some threes in this tournament if they're going to have any success at all. I mean, if they go cold from 3, they won't get past South Alabama.
Well, we'll find out on Sunday if the Raging Cajuns can find a way to make their first tournament since 2014. That year they lost to Creighton in the first round. Thanks for joining me.
All right, coming up, we've got a complete wrap-up of the morning's top stories, including a follow-up about the shooting in Brown Park.
Plus, Jamie is standing by with another check of your forecast. Stay with us. You're watching News 15 Today. Welcome back. You're watching News 15 Today. I'm Alex Worstel.
And I'm Taylor Trichet. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thursday.
It's Thursday.
An
It's
eventful
here.
week.
Yeah, you have Kid Lit Pick today. What's bugging you? Jamie, you have a lot today.
OBJ got traded to the Browns.
You're happy about that, I'm sure.
Oh, my goodness.
What was your
It's
reaction
so
when you found that out?
Oh, I was alone
You were
by myself,
freaking
and
out.
I got the update from Bleacher Report, and I was just running around. I couldn't believe. I thought it was like a joke, or there was some sort of.
New York's honestly got to be trying to lose
Wow,
every game.
did they get the short end of that stick?
Where they get
wow.
first and third-round pick or something? Or
And Jabril. Take him.
hey, you know what? They're starting from scratch, I
Right.
guess. OBJ, wow, awesome. Well, good for them. The Browns are going to be great this year. Oh, man. Take a look outside right now. I-10 westbound at Butte La Rosa, Chafalaya Visitor Center. Looking nice this morning, all lit up, and no fog really to deal with, but we will have this to deal with here pretty soon. Strong line of showers and thunderstorms moving through the northern portions of Louisiana right now in East Texas, and we were hoping that these storms would die down a little bit before they make it to Acadiana, but they're not showing any signs of slowing down right now. You see they're just pushing through Mansfield, heading towards Natchitoches and Manny, and you know, in a couple of hours we could be dealing with some of this. So we'll keep you updated throughout the morning. Right now it's warm outside, 72 in Lafayette, 73 in Ville Platte, 71 in New Iberia, and it's still kind of windy, 17 miles per hour in Lafayette, 16 in New Iberia. And those wind gusts near 30 miles per hour in Jennings. It's a breezy one out there. Make sure you got your loose objects in your yard tied down. Bus stop today, not looking too good at first bell. It's going to be warm, but last bell looking great. It may be cooler than this depending on how quickly that cold front pushes through. I'll give you a full update a little bit later in my full forecast. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jamie. Taking a look at your top story, Tuesday night shooting at Brown Park that wounded a 19-year-old man ironically happened during a rally intended to stop gun violence by using boxing as an outlet.
And News 15's Carter Simino has more on the movement known as Gloves Up, Guns Down.
Tuesday night's shooting at Brown Park happened during an attempt to hold an event to stop gun violence by turning to boxing.
I had some ex-boxers and boxers that were involved that they try to do something positive.
Shelton LeBlanc, owner of Backstreet Boxing Club, says his kids were not involved in the shooting, but he doesn't condone non-sanctioned fights.
If you like fighting that much, there's a place you can do it, you know, so without the guns, the gloves.
LeBlanc says his club has adopted the saying, gloves up, guns down, but it still has to be done in a safe environment.
If you don't have a controlled environment, it's not like you can pat these kids down and, you know, and you get in the ring, you know, so you have to have that kind of controlled environment.
This is also a rule that is strictly enforced by USA Boxing.
If you're a registered fighter with USA Boxing, you can't do that. You know, you can't, like MMA boxing or anything else, fighting, you can't do that. You know, you have to have head gears and all the protective gears. You have to do it in a controlled environment.
The Brown Park Fight Night was done in honor of the late Brandon Broussard, who lost his life to gun violence in August 2018. Broussard trained at LeBlanc's gym in Carencro, a place he says provides a safe outlet for young people looking to channel their frustrations.
We teach our kids how to be productive young men, you know, because at my gym you can't sag, you can't curse, you can't, I mean, it's a lot of rules that we have, and they take that home.
In Lafayette, Carter Simino, News 15, focus on family and the community.
Now, the shooting victim did not sustain life-threatening injuries. Lafayette police say the investigation is still ongoing. The Board of Elementary and Secondary Education is backing Governor John Bel Edwards' push to give both Louisiana public school teachers and the school systems they work for a boost in money. The governor is proposing a $3.8 billion spending plan for public schools that includes an extra $140 million. The extra funds would be dedicated to giving teachers a $1,000 a year pay raise and also giving support staff an extra $500 a year. That would leave an extra $39 million for the state's school districts to split up and spend money as they see fit. One person was killed and one person was taken to a nearby hospital after a plane crashed in Los Angeles. The crash happened at Compton Woodley Airport Wednesday night. The Compton Fire Department says one person was killed and one person was taken to the hospital related to the crash. Two planes were reportedly involved in the collision. It's still unclear how the crash occurred. Authorities identified at least one of the planes involved in the crash as a single-engine Cessna.
Well, 3 days after that Ethiopian airline plane crash, which killed 157 people, the United States joined countries around the world in grounding the same model Boeing airplane involved in the crash. The U.S. move came hours after Canada banned flights of the 737 MAX 8 aircraft in its airspace. Ethiopia's crash was that model's second deadly crash in the past 6 months. Since the U.S. banned the aircraft, no MAX 8s or the longer MAX 9s are flying anywhere in the world this morning. Boeing insists its planes are safe, but says it will send out an urgent software update to fix a glitch in the 737's anti-stall system in the coming weeks. Well, young children gave their parents a tearful send-off at a Florida naval base on Wednesday as sailors said goodbye to their families. Sailors took off for Naval Station Mayport for a 7-month deployment in Europe and the Middle East. This dad consoled his teary-eyed children before boarding the USS Fort McHenry. He is one of 400 who set sail to focus on maritime security operations, crisis response, and theater security cooperation.
Well, a couple of light showers starting to pop up around Acadiana near Opelousas and Ville Platte. And today we are going to get some storms early, but hopefully they're out of here by the afternoon. It's going to be warm and muggy until that cold front pushes through, and our rain chances are going to stay at 60% until this afternoon. Overnight tonight, much cooler. It's going to be a little breezy. Overnight lows in the mid-50s. What can you expect for the rest of the forecast and your weekend ahead? I'll let you know right after the break. You're watching News 15 Today.
And now, here's your News 15 weather forecast.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's 5:44. Time to get up and start your day. Maybe it's a little early for some of you, but taking a look at current traffic conditions right now, I-10 westbound at Breaux Bridge, no real issues to report. Traffic seems to be flowing smoothly. There's a fair amount of cars on the road this morning at this hour, so keep that in mind as you head out. Taking a look at Doppler radar, we have a line of strong showers and storms that is moving through the northwestern parts of Louisiana right now. Zooming in a little bit closer, you'll see the storms are just making their way through Shreveport, and we do have some severe thunderstorm warnings for those folks in those northern parishes. that last couple more hours as these storms push through. They're producing lots of lightning and thunder, some hail and some damaging winds. So the hope is that this dies out a little bit before it inches its way towards Acadiana. Right now, we're just seeing some light activity up near Ville Platte and Opelousas. Some of the stuff maybe not even touching the ground. So nothing to worry about in the next hour or so, but as that front gets closer and those storms get closer, we could have some issues to deal with. We'll keep you updated though right here throughout the morning. 73 right now in Washington, 72 in Eunice and Mamou. Everywhere else up north, 72 everywhere else in central Acadiana. Let's see what the south has for us. Oh, it's a little different. Sycamore Point, check them out. They do not want to get to the 70s yet. It's 68 there, 73 in Franklin, and 70 in Erath, Kaplan, and Pecan Island. So it's a warm morning. That's usually what the high temperature should be on days like today. Dew points right now also kind of icky. 69 right now in Lafayette, 71 in Morgan City. So gives you that sticky feeling. So if you have any work to do outside, make sure you're drinking lots of water. You don't want to get too dehydrated. Winds are also still pretty high right now. 17 miles per hour in Lafayette, 16 miles per hour in Opelousas, 14 in New Iberia. But those wind gusts are getting up there. 23 miles per hour in New Iberia, 25 in Opelousas, 24 in Lake Charles. So expect to deal with some of that throughout the day today. We'll get those storms early. High temperatures may reach 80 depending on the timing of that front. It'll be warm and muggy until it comes through. Overnight tonight, much different, much cooler. Low temperatures in the mid-50s. It'll be breezy. And taking a look over the next 3 days, we could see some scattered showers tomorrow, but we could also see some spots of the sun. Well, some of the sun, you know, not the sun spots. And Saturday, check that out, a chilly day. We may not even make it to the upper 50s in some areas. Take a look at Futurecast. As soon as this front passes through, we should see things start to clear up. It is moving slowly, though. This afternoon is when it's expected to come through. We'll keep the cloud cover for a bit. May see some peaks of the sun, but wouldn't hold my breath too much. And then into Friday, keeping a little bit of this clouds. I think this model showing way more cloud cover than we'll actually get, but we could get some showers and not storms, just some showers. Looking at the next 7 days, looking good, looking cool. Check this out. Very low chances of rain, and you could have a nice St. Patty's Day. Might be a good day to go look for those gold coins because the sun will be shining. Did you ever do that when you were a kid? Go look for the end of the rainbow?
No.
No.
Gosh, you know what's great? I lived in Hawaii, and it's like every day there are rainbows and double rainbows. I saw a triple rainbow.
Wow.
What does it mean?
Triple rainbow. Oh, coming up in sports with Ron Snyder. What does Raging Cajuns quarterback Levi Lewis need to do to take his game to the next level? He's going to tell you coming up.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's happening now on News 15 today. At last night's Lafayette Parish School Board meeting, the board wants to look at internet usage as a new source of tax revenue. And the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Office has reported 2 men were arrested in connection with Saturday's homicide on Lebesque Road. And looking ahead, Mayor-President Joel Robideau is hosting his 3rd annual Robideau Report and Community Showcase tonight at the Hyman Center. The free event begins at 6 o'clock this evening. That's a look at this morning's local headlines. Now let's head over to Ron Schneider, who has today's sports wrap-up.
And now, here's a look at your sports with News 15 Sports Director Ron Snyder.
The Raging Cajuns getting ready for their 2nd spring practice later today. Head coach Billy Napier says Levi Lewis is the leader in the clubhouse to be the starting quarterback this season. He says Lewis's next step is just acquiring more knowledge about their offense.
Oftentimes used the Tom Brady analogy. The guy's 40 years old, 40 plus, whatever he is, and the guy's looking for 1% better. You know, he's still in a constant pursuit of a way to make improvement. These guys all are young players. Levi in particular is still a young player. He's young within our scheme, going into his 2nd year. So, you know, quarterback's about decision making. It's about accuracy. Certainly Levi's a really good athlete, but I think those are the areas where he'll make improvement.
The Saints officially announced that they're signing running back Latavius Murray yesterday afternoon to a 4-year deal. The former Vikings running back, worth it. 26 rushing touchdowns since 2016. That ranks 4th in the NFL. According to multiple reports, the deal is worth $14.4 million. The Saints moved quickly on this when they figured out they could not come to an agreement with running back Mark Ingram. According to ESPN, the franchise's 2nd leading rusher is signing with the Baltimore Ravens on a 3-year, $15 million deal. Well, the Saints also re-signing kicker Will Lutz to a 5-year deal. The team announced in an official release yesterday afternoon. Lutz hit 28 of 30 field goal attempts in 2018 with a long of 54 yards, including that field goal against the Browns. The field goal percentage that he had was ranked 6th in the NFL last season. In college, he was a Sun Belt Conference kicker with Georgia State. Well, the wait is over for the Raging Cajuns men's basketball team. Bob Marlin's team is scheduled to open the Sun Belt Conference tournament later today at 5 against South Alabama. We'll see if they can get their first of 4 wins they need to advance to the NCAA tournament. The Cajuns beat them by 4 in January at home. After ending the regular season on a 2-game winning streak, the coaching staff says they're taking better shots right now than they did earlier in the season. Now, to win the postseason, the motto, be at your best when your best is required.
If you're going to win in postseason play, you have to do 3 things. You have to shoot the ball very well, you have to rebound the basketball, and you've got to be tougher than the other team mentally. And that's it. It doesn't matter who your opponent is, it doesn't matter what the situation is, but you've got to be able to shoot the ball efficiently and effectively. You've got to be able to rebound the basketball. You can't give up second shots. And then you simply have to be tougher.
It's certainly crunch time. Hey, when you see me in the streets just like my friends at Church Point, show some love, taking Everybody Knows Ron picture, put them up on Facebook and Instagram. Everybody Knows Ron. Everybody needs a friend. Goes to benefit suicide awareness. More news and weather after this.
Oops.
Why'd you put your donut away? You didn't want Kitty and I know you were chowing down?
Me? Because I already ate mine.
Taylor.
Well, you know what, Jamie?
Put you on
You're the
blast.
worst.
Stick around, guys. We're eating donuts, drinking coffee.
We got chili.
Chili again.
Oh, man.
People are like, that's all they do.
But this is chili verde. It's pork.
You're gonna be chillied out by the time this weekend.
Something
Never
out cooked.
chilied out. No such thing.
Well,
No such thing.
Maybe for Tammy.
I might be.
Hey, you will be chillied out this evening, though. It's going to get cool, so it's going to be chilly.
Love to hear it.
Well, we'll be back with more, right?
We will.
All right.
Stick around.